to Riley Reviews. It's your girl Riley, and we are back with another video. Now, on this channel, we get into some things. So we're going to talk about new music from Megan Thee Stallion and also IceSpice, and then we're going to go ahead and get into JT and Sukihana back and forth. But before we go ahead and get into some things, I just want to give a shout out to all of my new subscribers, and also shout out to my returning viewers that come back to show your girl love. I really do appreciate y'all. Now, let's go ahead and get into some things. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into Megan Thee Stallion's new song called Boa. Now, for starters, the visuals was everything for me, down to the hair, down to the looks, down to the makeup. Like, everything was just visually, aesthetically pleasing to me. You could definitely tell that Megan Thee Stallion took a page out of Cardi B's book when it comes to giving visuals and looks. And I couldn't help but to notice and actually point that out, because after their collaboration on WAP, her visuals was not up to the standards of Cardi B's, if you was to ask me. But ever since that collaboration, you could definitely tell that Cardi B gave her some connects or some people to link up with, so that her visuals would be of the same standards. And you could definitely tell that, you know. And one thing I do have to say about the visuals as well is that I love how Megan Thee Stallion's love for anime, how she translates that over into her visuals, because it's very on brand for her. So I also have to acknowledge that, because I feel like that translate well. Now I want to go ahead and get into the song itself. Now the beat I really did like, if you was to ask me, which I believe Lil Ju made the beat, and that's a repetitive producer that Megan collaborates with. So the beat itself I feel like was fire. If you was to ask me, when it comes down to her approach, I did not like how she approached the song. I don't feel like this song has replay value. It's not something that I could really get into. I don't feel like this is something that you can like play in the clubs. I feel like it's something that you could vibe to. I mean, if it comes on, I feel like I will listen to it. Me personally, I don't feel compelled to add it to my playlist. It's just something I'll let it rock. To be honest with you, I'll let it rock, but it's not something that I would be willing to add to my playlist. And I did go underneath the Shade Room and also the Neighborhood Talk, Baller Alert, and other platforms to get everyone's take on it. And a lot of people had the same opinions and sentiments as I did. It seemed like a lot of people were pointing out how she was coming with the same flow. A lot of people were pointing out how she was always almost naked. And if you was to ask me, I feel like that is very on brand for Megan Thee Stallion. I don't feel like we are going to get any growth as it pertains to Megan Thee Stallion's artistry, and I feel like this is as far as it peaks for her, if you was to ask me. Megan Thee Stallion did announce on Good Morning America that she has a new project coming up. I believe it's going to be an album, and she is going out on tour, so it would be a smart move for her to release new music while she's on tour, so she can get some motion in the street. But if this is the single that her team or her is choosing to roll out with, then I feel like it is a terrible decision. I don't feel like this song has replay value, especially after using your budget and giving it visuals. I feel like, of course, the visuals make the song a lot more better and more digestible, but a lot of people are kind of feeling the same way that I'm feeling. I'm just like, it's not something that you could really get into. I don't feel like she attacked it or approached this record and this beat. I don't feel like she did it any justice. A lot of people felt like she was talking about Cardi B in this record as well. In her lyrics, she says, talking out of veneers, I'm knocking teeth out, I pop ish, they went pop, they talking Birkins, I bought stock. They still on a boat, I'm on a yacht, they taking shots, I'm taking spots. Fans also thought that she was taking shots at Nicki during this record. She says, chickens is messy, I'm petty, don't gotta edit, check the Getty, I keep it real, I keep it sexy, calling for backup before they address me. O's doing all that typing, but never once did I get pressed. She also said in the lyrics, all that effing talking, but let's see who really make a move, post a picture, chickens call me mother, but who's sending who? Alright, I wanna go ahead and take a time to dissect some of these lyrics. Now, Megan Thee Stallion said that these chickens is buying Birkins and she's buying stocks. I definitely feel like that was a jab towards Cardi, but I don't feel like Cardi B is going to be the type of person to take it as a jab. I feel like she still wants to remain cordial with Megan Thee Stallion, but I feel like Megan Thee Stallion is trying to make it clear that she's taking your spot. I just don't feel like Cardi B is kind of paying attention because of their relationship, their industry relationship, but to me, Megan Thee Stallion does come off as the person that wants to use any and everybody to get to where she wants to be. In the industry, and I don't feel like Cardi B is no different than anybody else that she has used in the industry to get at the top. Megan Thee Stallion just comes off as an opportunist to me. And it's nothing wrong with that, but at the end of the day, you got to reap what you sow. Now, I know there's going to be some people out there that disagree with me, but like I said, it's my opinion and I'm standing on it. You can feel it however way you feel about it, but I said what I said. Now, I want to go ahead and get into these Nicki disses. Now, a lot of people felt like she was taking a jab at Nicki when she mentioned Getty, and also the linking up. Now, I feel like with the Getty, like, I don't even feel like that stick, because Nicki was just at the Met Gala and that was a Getty image, and the face did not decline. Let's just say that the face didn't decline. Saw her in 4K, so I don't even feel like that even stuck. Now, when Megan Thee Stallion said that they got to link up just to address me, I have to give her her tens. And like I said, I am not a stand page. I have to be completely objective. And if you come to my channel, then you're coming from an unbiased opinion. I listen to who I listen to. I give tens where due, and it is what it is. So if you're not here for that, then you might as well go ahead and click off now. But she did link up with Kelsey, which I feel like that was a lame ass move to do if he was to ask me, because it's like you are calling for backup. And if it was the other way around, then other people would say the same thing of how they calling other girls to come for backup against Nicki. So we gotta keep it on an equal playing field. Now, she said when she posts a pic, people call her mother. Now, who's sending who? And a lot of people felt like she was talking a jab towards Nicki in that line. But if you was to ask me, I don't see a lot of people calling Megan Thee Stallion mother or the things that she do. And if it is, then I feel like it's more of her stand pages, but that really doesn't stick towards me. But those are my thoughts on the whole situation. You guys can let me know how you guys feel about it down below. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into IceSpice. Now, she released a record called Give Me the Light, and this is a sample song from Sean Paul, which I don't really feel like she did any justice to, but we're gonna go ahead and start off with the positives first, which is the visuals. Now, if we're talking about visuals, I definitely feel like her team upgraded her visuals. I do feel like this record is a step up visually wise from her, outside of her being outside of a bodega, which we're normally seeing her in that type of setting. And you could just tell production wise, I feel like the budget was there. As far as looks, I didn't really care for it. I do feel like it was still tacky in a sense, but I understanding that IceSpice is trying to replicate that Y2K era, I just don't feel like she's executing it in the right way. To me, I feel like this song is a 5 out of 10, if you was to ask me. And if it wasn't for the video, I wouldn't even give it that much. Probably be at a 3 out of 10, because throughout the record, it just sounded like she was yelling. It wasn't any real bars. It was the same regurgitated slight jabs towards Lotto. For instance, she says, like, chickens losing the plot, and that's how I got to the top. And no, I don't got any ops. Like, why would I be for the flop? Let's talk drill. Who bigger than she? Who prettier too? 250 when I get in the booth. Nah, y'all can apply that to whoever y'all think it is, but if you was to ask my opinion, I definitely feel like she was talking about Lotto and her being the flop. Now, we have to put things into perspective. Lotto has not seen a Billboard Hot 100 unless it was a feature, which was Cardi B and John Coop. And I believe her last single, which was Social, or no, Sunday Service. I was about to say Social. But Sunday Service, I think that debuted at like 99 on Billboard Hot 100, which was low as hell, especially her debut. So yeah, I wish that IceSpice would have chose a new sound to roll out with other than this drill record. But like I said, I could see why she's sticking to what she's sticking to, but I think that the people are just tired of it. You guys can let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this JT and Sukihana drama. Now, just to give a quick rundown, Sukihana felt the way about JT's lyrics in her new song called Okay. JT was talking about how chickens is losing their veneers because they eating crab legs, and Sukihana felt the type of way about it, and she was saying how the fans are attacking her, which I could see why so. And Sukihana asked JT to clear it up, and JT didn't want to clear it up, and just Sukihana just went left with it. And this is how we got this DISS song called Cocaina. I do have to say that JT did respond before Sukihana put out the record. She did respond on Twitter, and she had a lot to say on there to Sukihana before she put out that diss track, so I have to put that out there as well. And Sukihana did have a lot to say in this record. She was talking about her boyfriend Lil Uzi. She was talking about her being a scammer, alluding to her being on drugs, and all type of sorts of stuff. Now, not too long after that, JT released her extended version of her song called Okay, where she's taking shots at Sukihana. Now, in this record, I feel like the direct shot towards Sukihana when JT was talking about how these chickens is getting slutted out and eating his a-holes. And I gotta keep it PG because YouTube be playing, but I do remember her on a recent interview with Armand, and she was talking about how she liked doing that. So it's not like she can downplay it because she liked that type ish. But I definitely feel like JT could have went harder than that. I feel like she could have went for the jugular, but she chose to keep it cute, which I kind of understand now thinking about it, being that JT just got her highest debut for her song, and not wanting to share that moment and have it overshadowed by this Sukihana and JT beef. But I do have to give her props due by making an extended version so she can still get credits to that song, and making it that way it'll still count. So I definitely feel like her doing that was definitely a chess move. But that's all I have for you guys in today's video. Please let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything that we spoke about down below in the comment section. Just remember to keep it cute. Like I always like to say, we can agree, disagree, or just agree to disagree. I'm not going to argue with anyone in my comment section because I'm just sharing my thoughts and opinions, and you guys can feel free to share yours as well. Now, if you would like to show support to my channel, you can simply do so just by liking the video, leaving a comment, or even one more better, by subscribing to my channel, which will be very greatly appreciate it. Now, that's it. That's all. And I'll see you guys in my next video.